This is 8 Minutes of Awesome. I'm Jennifer Lipsky. Joining me today is Anna McGrath. And Anna, for over 2 decades, has been helping businesses and people think differently. And she's here speaking with me today about the transformative work that she does as the co-founder of her company, WonderWorks. Hi, Anna. Thanks so much for joining me here.
That was a pleasure. I'm really looking forward to having this conversation.
Oh, thank you so much. And I have to tell you, I love the name WonderWorks. Tell me how you came with that name and how the whole creation of it came to be.
Well, when I think back, say in 2003, I was starting the business, and as I was launching, the level of creativity I had in that moment was McGrath coaching and consulting. So it has a totally different experience. And I lived with that for about a year. And I thought that it doesn't resonate. Yes, I love my name, but it feels limited. And I started thinking about what is it I love the most? What is it that of all the work that I do, what's the thing that actually lights me up? And one of the words that kept coming up was it was around curiosity. And then I thought, no, it's actually about wonder. Because curiosity, I love curiosity, but the word wonder kind of opened up this whole other space. And then I literally, this is where my brain goes, I literally opened a dictionary, looked in there, and kind of was looking at wonder. And in different dictionaries, the word WonderWorks is a word. And it actually means miraculous acts. And so I thought that's actually what transformation is all about. And transformation with individuals, with groups of individuals, with companies, organizations. So that was it for me. It was like WonderWorks. That's the one.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that is a great story. And you're right, each day we do walk in wonder if we allow it to be so. Right. And I'm curious to know if there's maybe from your formative years, as you were really starting to understand that your soul's purpose of combining, your work into this vision of helping other people, how it came to be. Is there something that was a pivotal moment in your life where you thought, wow, this is the magic, this is the spark right here?
Mm. Yeah, I think that the piece for me is how can you live every moment to its fullest? And so that's kind of been the thought that's been the thread through my whole life. And I looked at that in many different ways. So when I think about how that emerged, my mother passed away when she was 42, and her sister passed away the year later when she was 39. And these were just such dramatic moments that I knew I wanted to create a life for me that actually was about living fully, being fulfilled. And what was that? So I went through many stages. I worked in a bank because that was my level of creativity. Not knocking bank workers, they're brilliant people. We need banks, but it wasn't what resonated with me. It didn't spark my creativity, fully. And so throughout that journey, the measure for me was, how is this really aligned? How is this role, this career aligned with my purpose? And in 99, I got really clear that what I love people development. I love career progression. I love teams working phenomenally. And ultimately, where it led to is I love seeing an organization deliver on its purpose. Like, not that there's a one-time, one and done, but over an iterative approach, they can see the ripple and the impact that they're having in the world. And so that's ultimately between 99 and 2003, I did a lot of work with actually, an ongoing, I did a lot of work with the Hendricks Institute, and went through a phenomenal transformational leadership program with Katie and Gay Hendricks. And at that point, I got really clear organization's purpose and fulfillment and I'm going to be doing that full time, not part time.
Oh, that's beautiful. And that's strong work because, we each in our own way um, have a ripple come out from us in what we do. And when
Mm.
you are impacting organizations, then in such a way, that ripple just grows bigger and more powerful and wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing that. But through your life, I'm sure there have been, besides, those wondrous and kind of magical days and moments, there also are challenges that we're each presented with that come across our paths. And so I'm curious if you would share, for you personally, how do you navigate some of the challenges that come your way and maybe some suggestions that you could offer to people that are faced with something that they feel may be a stumbling block for them at the moment?
Yeah, I love that question. I think we all face moment to moment different challenges, and some of them feel like they can take you totally off center. They can really send you into a spin, and others are more minor. One of the things that I really work with individuals about is, do they have any kind of practices, whatever those practices are, to really become present? Like, what is it that they can individually do, whether they're in a conversation, in a team meeting, in a board meeting, with their child? It doesn't really matter what the context is. Do they have some practices they can come back to center them? And I look at it from a very fundamental level. I've had a somatic training. I've had an enormous amount of leadership training, all sorts of other great tools. But breath is the one that I would say is the starting point. Whenever you get tight or tense, or, there might have been a conversation that went badly, can you reliably come back to your breath? So in this moment, as you might see, I've got my wiggly chair. I'm on a swapper. And so I want to be able to sit on, whether it's a ball or a chair or stand up, so that I can breathe and I can move.
Mm-hmm.
And I would suggest for everyone on the planet that whatever their way of working is, can you breathe and move easily and really continue that life force, that energy system, to keep renewing as you're doing your work, as opposed to, oh, I need to go and do exercise now. Can you kind of get that level of movement in the moment? So that's one practice.
That is a brilliant reminder to use the breath as a touchstone and to know it, to have it, even if something is really super challenging and really kind of knocks the wind out from you, to have that as a plan to say, okay, I know that I always have that available to me, and, to really focus on making it available. Yeah, great reminder. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to know if there's a message that you have in your heart today, right now, for others to hear. What would it be?
Yeah, I think for me, the message is be true to yourself. I've really put a lot of focus on, in my own journey, on authenticity. What is, who authentically is Anna? Well, this little collection of cells that we're calling Anna here. So there's a level of, some of the work that I've done is really about leveraging polarities, and kind of how this relates to what you're asking is, there's who am I, individual Anna, that I'm thinking that I actually am, in some context, and then who are the we, the collective, the all of us, and really being able to create authentic communications and being able to really create choices, because that's what we are, is we're a collection of one choice after another, seeing what happens. Does it create more fulfillment? Does it create less? Does it support me? Does it hurt another? Does it support all of us? To me, that level of awareness and that level of authenticity to line up with what is your work in the world. I think that's kind of my overall message. So that's kind of the place of how do you really truly live your life, as opposed to a shadow or a reflection of somebody else's life. That's what I come to. And the piece that, to add to that, one of the skills that I, again, would say I've really, practiced with people is how do you speak out your mouth? How do you share and communicate in a way that is unarguable, a way that you are sharing what's true for you. You're not saying it's the truth, but how do you share what you're feeling? How do you share what your big meaning making machine is actually producing so that you can create that kind of congruence internally and externally with yourself, but you can create connection and resonance with others. So really communicating directly and honestly in all of your relationships, or press pause for a second, all the relationships you want to get closer and deeper in, being the critical component, that to me has been a practice I come back to again and again.
Yeah, kind of witnessing and embracing that kind of undeniable truth that is each of us. Right. Beautiful. Beautiful message. And Anna, how would people best contact you if they'd like to hear more about the work you do?
That would be Anna, Anna, at wonderworks.com. So the Y in front of WonderWorks is just simply the letter.
Okay, great. Thank you. Anna McGrath, thank you so much for sharing this time with me on 8 Minutes of Awesome.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Really appreciate this opportunity to talk.
Oh, thank you.